So it's time for a midweek milk run. But firstly, I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed, who's hit like, who sent me messages. They've all been very welcome. Also, I was a guest on the Porsche Cooled podcast, the 100th episode, which was absolute immense fun. I really enjoyed it with Michael Bath. Unfortunately, Steve couldn't make it, but hopefully we'll be able to have a round table with him at some point in the near future. So that was great fun. Go and have a listen. It's really it's connected so many people in the Porsche community, and certainly I've met some amazing people through it, and connected some amazing people. And the latest owner story with Simon Pig Monkey Porsches. He's got a YouTube channel and he's on Instagram by that name. What a great story, the latest one. Have a listen to that. But then back to my milk run. Now, firstly, it is a milk run. I've got to go and get the milk. It's going to rain for a few days after today, so I thought it's a good opportunity to get this out. But what's also happened is I have, in the last video, I said where I'd torn the sliding or surface in the distributor. So I didn't have, so I had to put the weights and everything back together without that in there. I greased it, but when I drove, when I drove it hard, the vacuum advance got stuck again, so it was idling really high. So I ordered one from Sierra Madre collection in California, and I also ordered some polished wheel centers. So I thought, might as well, I'm getting something from there. Those came through really quickly in about 3 days from California to England, which was brilliant. So I put all those things in. I'm a little bit worried about the distributor bit, because I thought, oh, have I done that right? But the car is working, which is good, and it's my first drive of it, so I'm hoping that the high idle is fixed, but it's still idling at it's idling at 1100 RPM. Now, it's not properly warm yet, so I suspect that'll go up a bit more. So I'm hoping, because it was idling at 1100 now, it's not properly warm yet, but I'm hoping that it will fix the problem, because the sliding surface looks like it's a better fit than the old one as well. The old one was black, this one's kind of orangey colour, but it's the right shape, whereas the old one wasn't really the right shape. It had bits missing from it. So I've cleaned all that up, put a bit of sort of WD-40 in there just so it initially starts sliding. Everything seems to go together okay. It was really fiddly and I was worried about losing some bits, but it's all fine. And it fired up. It took ages to start up, and I thought, oh no. And then when it did start up, it was spluttering, and I think a lot of it's to do with too much fuel going in. So the fuel pump kicks in when I turn the ignition on, and it doesn't stop. So in my MG, for example, the fuel pump goes like crazy until the carbs fill up and the fuel filter fills up, and then they stop. The fuel pump stops. But in this one, it just keeps going, which makes me think something's not quite right. So when I get to the junction, we'll be able to see what the idle speed's doing. In fact, I might just pop the clutch and press the clutch in and see what happens. Now there's cars behind me. It's a little bit spluttery, which is not ideal, but kind of accelerates okay though. Oh, that fucking seat! So those are the things that I've been doing. I'm really happy with that. Also, I guess you've seen that I tried a new hat. This is the old one that I've been wearing for 15 years, and it's a bit threadbare. So I've done some designs that I might put on a couple of t-shirts. There's a little logo here. They're probably all going to be black to start with white lettering. Flat Cap driver logo here, probably the milk run on the back. I don't know if I should put hashtag the milk run, hashtag milk run, or the milk run. I've also toyed with perhaps using a picture of like a cartoon of a milk bottle or one flipped over and with the milk spill saying milk run, because it means a couple of things there. The milk is running and I'm doing the milk run. That's just rubbish, isn't it? Oh my word, it's on 1100 and it sounds so much better. So let's see how we accelerate. Ooh, 6,000 RPM. That was in first, second, 5,500. Third, 5,000. Feels quite nice. I need to take a photo of it with the wow, that's so much better. It barely ran when I got it. It would do that. There were oil leaks all over the place, so flat six Jack sorted a load of it out just so it ran so I could drive it somewhere, because when he got hold of it, it didn't do any of that. And then when I got it home, because obviously all the tiny bits and the bits that need ironing out over time, that you work out what the problem is. And Jack obviously couldn't do that because he's not driving it. So I fettled it, put the electronic ignition in, changed the plugs, changed the AC leads, fixed a load of connectors, and then obviously the high idle speed was a big problem. And I kept thinking, hang on, it's not running well, it's running hot, all of those things. So then messing with the vacuum advance, doing all of those things, and I think we've got to a point where I say that I've been driving it for 10 minutes with that fix, so I'm hoping that it's going to make a big difference, and this will mean that I can go somewhere far in it. But you know, I drive it 20 minutes, I've driven it 40 minutes once, but I just need it to start a bit better. So I don't know now whether, now that I've got the vacuum advance working properly, I don't know whether I should, hang on, I should have gone that way. I don't know whether I should try the timing again. So I'll have to look into that. But other than that, I'm really happy. Gonna start using it more, apart from it's gonna rain for about 10 days. I'm trying to take next week off. I don't care if it's raining. I won't be taking the car out. I might do some research on the t-shirt thing, flat cap, logoed flat cap things. I'll put stuff on social media, and then when I get a design, I might get one made up of each. And if somebody wants them, they'll have to let me know. And I don't know what I'll do about charging, or if I'll just send them out free. I don't know. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do more than about 10, because you're talking quite a lot of money. So I'll have to look into that. And because of work, I just need a break from work, which is why I wanted to book next week off. And yesterday I had one of my worst days at work, where I got up in the morning, had my breakfast at 6:30, and normally by 10 o'clock I'm having my lunch because I'm starving and I'm having a coffee, and then by 1 o'clock I'm having another lunch because I'm hungry, and I have another coffee, and then I'm having a snack by 3 o'clock. But yesterday, after my breakfast at 6:30, I didn't eat or drink anything until 5:30 in the PM. And that's just because it was relentless meeting after meeting after meeting, and I literally left my chair to go to the toilet. So I don't want to have another one of those days, and I want to do a lot more things. I want to be able to catch up with friends, but because it's only you're only allowed to do that outside, it's going to be raining next week. I don't know how I'm going to do that. We'll have to go somewhere where there's a marquee or something. I need to think about, I wouldn't have minded going to Caffeine and Machine in this car but that's like a 90-minute drive each way. And I've got no idea what this car would do on a 90-minute drive. But at the moment, because I missed my turning, I'm going quite a long way to the next roundabout. It feels kind of nice. So yeah, we'll just have to see. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you for joining the milk run, and hopefully there's going to be more. I'm going to try and grow the channel. I want to get to 500 subscribers, which hopefully I'm not too far away from. I want to push on to 1,000, hopefully Instagram followers as well, just so I can reach more people. There's so many people that I've started following that I didn't notice before, because they come up in your feed saying you might know this person. I don't know them, but you look at their Instagram and it's really quite interesting, and they're not those people who are just trying to put an Instagram filter on their life. There's some of them who just put water and all stuff out there about Porsche ownership, just about life in general. So I want to do that. And there's people who I've reached out to, had conversations with on Instagram, on YouTube, and it's actually been really lovely. And especially the bit about how your mental health is affected by how life has become in lockdown. And some of it is where it's your work has changed to become so relentless, and you've got no little middle ground where you switch off on the train journey, car journey, and also your work starts early and finishes later. So there's no, you're present at home, sat at the dinner table with your family, children, but you're not present. That fucking chair seat. It's been great to reach out to people about that, and then they completely understand what I mean, where I'm coming from, and they're feeling the same kind of things. And at first I was thinking, is that just me? And I almost went into the back of that car in front, which wasn't good. So I'm going to turn back here. Now I'm going to give it the beans, because when I previously fixed it, I didn't have the sliding surface in. Driving it hard, the vacuum advance got stuck again. Now I'm in fourth, doing 5,000 revs at 110 kilometers an hour. And now I'm in fifth, getting a bit of wind noise. But this is kind of motorway speed, so it kind of feels okay. Seatbelts, that's what I need to sort out. But I don't know whether I should get different seats, because I don't like just not my microphone. I don't like the way the seatbelt comes over my shoulder and goes straight down. Because then if you were ever to get pushed forward, it's kind of pulling you down. So I need to read a bit more about that, but I need a seatbelt in, because at the moment, no seatbelts. Got to be worse, right? So yeah, I'm going to press the clutch in and see where. Oh no, I can't, because there's a car right up behind. Yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. It's been a horrific week. It was a short week with a bank holiday as well, but it's been shit. So I'm glad it's over. It's 20 to 6. I've still got work to do. So I'm going to. I've just driven over a dead rabbit, which is gross. So I've still got a bit of work to do, and then I can just properly relax. You might see a post from me with a glass of wine, watching Kong versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Kong, or some god-awful movie like that where I can turn my brain off. I'm hoping it's one of those movies that's so bad it's good. So I'll let you know. Anyway, thank you for joining me on the milk run, and catch you on the next one. Thanks.